Text JJR and your message to 96893. Text us about anything. You can also call us 877-937-1047. Listen to this. So a year from now, my wife and I will be what's called empty nesters. Like my son Jake is at school in college, my son Kemp is at college, and Dutch is a senior at high school. So it's like kind of freaky. It's a year from now, right?
Yeah, that's wild. That's almost scary.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, how are my wife and I, are we going to get along? What's that like, you know? I mean, we were married for a long time before we had kids, so still, when are we going to reconnect? Yesterday, my son Dutch, he's a senior in high school, and he's in the president of senior class. He's on the basketball team, lacrosse team, wow, all this other stuff, right? So he was gone. So my wife and I had dinner, and it's just her and I. She made dinner. We're just sitting at the table by ourselves, right? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this what it's going to be like, right? So I'm like, I'm really trying to pay attention to our conversation. You know what we talked about?
What?
Tomatoes.
What about tomatoes?
She went to the grocery store to buy a bunch of these little tomatoes, and she bought a bunch. She was standing in line. She's like, don't they taste great? And I go, yeah. And she's like, she's standing in line. People come behind her, and she knows some people in line, as she always does. Then she realizes the tomatoes are $10. She thinks that's too much for tomatoes.
That's crazy.
She's like, it's absurd. And she's like, I can't just leave the line because the tomatoes are too expensive. So she paid for the tomatoes. And then we sat and talked about how good the tomatoes were. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is what,
yeah, you need your kids in there to make that.
I was hoping maybe you're going to get on the table and do a striptease. Like, there's nobody here.
Right.
You know, so
that might be your podcast. You never know.
I'm like, oh my God. How are we going to survive? Is that what's going to happen? Like I see, well, speaking of, you know what? Why don't we just grow our own tomatoes? And all of a sudden I got a garden in the backyard, and I'm like, I was like, oh my God, I got to figure
Tuesday
something out.
tomato talk.
Yeah. I mean, Rich, you're a newlywed. What's going on in your life? That's the point of view of someone who's been married a long time. You're a newlywed.
That's true, and we're trying to get to know each other. First of all, the best, besides my kids, and maybe alongside my kids in this radio show, Stacy's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love her to death. She is completely awesome, and we are totally different in that you guys know that I'm a bit of a neat freak. I like things to be in order.
A bit might be an understatement, but yeah, we know this about you, Rich.
And I remember, like, Stacy would, like, not let me into her house a lot because she'd be like, it's a mess. And I thought she was exaggerating it. I just think, I've been in your house and it's fine. But she would, towards the engagement, I wouldn't get to go in there because things were a mess. She said it looked like moving day. So at our house, I clean stuff up all the time. I pick up cans, just empty cans of, seltzer water, and I'm throwing stuff away all the time. I'm the only guy that takes out the trash. I'm the only guy that cleans up. And that's okay. She's a genius person. And what she told me, she said, Richard, if you need a discerning word from the Bible, I can facilitate that. But I am not a picker-upper of things, is what she said. She wrote it down. That's exactly what she said. So I get into bed, and I now am convinced that my bride is trying to kill me because I get into bed, and I get under the covers, and I've got my shorts and my little T-shirt on, and
gross.
A knife.
The visual.
A knife is in my leg.
There like was a really sharp knife, a butter knife?
A sharp, like a steak knife.
Oh my gosh.
Under the covers?
Under the covers.
So a steak
I
there?
whip around and I'm like, are you trying to kill me? What is happening? And instead of her saying, oh my God, I'm sorry, she laughs hysterically.
So she ate something, left the knife there, and then made the bed?
No, here's what happened. She was looking for a pair of scissors to cut a tag off some new clothes because she got a shipment and she was sitting on the bed going, putting on her makeup, cutting off tags, but couldn't find scissors. So she grabbed a steak knife and then forgot that she had the steak knife but wanted to make the bed. So
she's trying to kill you.
Or she's trying to kill me. And I'm like, that's not smart. I don't have a will yet. So now I'm not going to do a will because if I go, then this is my safety net. So I would have thought I would have been mortified, but she's like, I just forget things.
You know what?
So
I think I would take that over talking about tomatoes. The excitement of not knowing what your wife's going to try to kill you or not. Every day you come home like waiting for an attack.
It's a lot of stuff. It's like you'll see, like curling irons plugged in, like on the carpet. I'm like, okay, we're going to burn the house down. We need to have a system. But, overall it's great. But, I may die in my sleep. And if that happens, then you guys know I've said it right here.
Okay.
I'm going to come home. Hey, Blake, Why don't you hide some knives?
Let's get exciting.
Let's make this interesting. Like the Barra
No
House.
more tomato talk. No more telling me how sweet these zucchinis taste.
So far as I know, we have never talked about tomatoes in my house.
God. Man, that's what happens when you've been married a long time. As I read the text messages before we get to 3 things you need to know, John G. and Rich, can we please, for one Stacks and Hack segment, have Rich do the infamous ending John J. and Rich as John J. and Mark? Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
The presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is officially back on, set for September 10th on ABC. They'll use the same rules of the CNN debate with President Joe Biden. Apple announced the new iPhone 16 event.
It's too soon.
So Apple fans can expect 4 new iPhones, new Apple Watch models, and AirPods Monday, September 9th. So the day before the debate, you will hear all about Apple's new stuff. They announced it on their website with like a swirling, glowing Apple, and you can watch the event on apple.com or on the Apple TV app.
Cool. That's why my phone is starting to break down right now. Love that for me.
Bingo.
Thanks, Apple.
Yeah, so you're going to be forced to get the iPhone 16. So they did a study. It was pretty interesting, and they found that a person's favorite film genre actually reveals a lot about how their brain works. So they looked at people that liked action and comedy films as opposed to like crime films or thrillers. And they actually found those who liked action and comedy movies are particularly susceptible to emotional stimuli and actually find it really appealing. The emotional stuff really gets to those people. Fans of crime films and thrillers and documentaries and whatnot, their brain reacted significantly less to anything with emotional stimuli, which makes sense because you kind of have to have a cold, dead heart to keep watching those things. And I say that from experience because I like to watch those things. It was just interesting, they said, to see like, as these people who enjoyed these films, watching the different parts of their brains light up and see how much they were affected by it. I love that. I love the fact that they can like study that now. Pretty interesting. That's 3 things you need to know.
Are you still watching Dark Winds on Netflix?
Yes, I think I'm on episode 5.
Oh, really?
Lots of people are dying.
Yeah, right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good, right?
That sounds like George R.R. Martin.
Hence the cold, dead heart.
It's a top 10 show. I don't know where it is right now. It was like number 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I finished season 1. I started season 2. And there's only 2 seasons, and I really like it. Where I made the mistake, it takes place in 1971, and it takes place on the Navajo Reservation and Flagstaff and in Gallup. And I went to all the actors' Instagrams and bummed me out.
Because you didn't want to see him in today's world.
Because it looks so normal now.
The only thing is I think it did take me like 3 episodes to get into it. Because I felt it started really slow.
Yeah. Well, the helicopter heist was action-packed.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. And then it's a slow build, and it's got crime and murder, and it's pretty interesting. I like it. All right, let's get to Peyton's predictions. What's the vibe today, Peyton?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm so stressed. So I'm going to tell you how to handle stress based on your zodiac sign.
Before we get to horoscopes, I'm reading the text line, right? So you can text us. You text JJR in your message to 96893. We were talking earlier about Peyton using her grandma's bidet at her house. And I got a text that says, Sean J. and Rich, every time I hear the word bidet, I have to say, bidet, mate, out loud in an Aussie accent.
That's funny.
Bidet, mate. All right, Peyton, what's the vibe for horoscopes?
I'm going to tell you the best way to handle stress based on your zodiac sign. And if it's your birthday today, you share a birthday with Jack Black, Honey Boo Boo, and Shania Twain.
Jennifer the Gemini, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for bringing me happiness and calmness to start my day before I go to school. I appreciate you guys so much.
You're awesome,
So
Jennifer.
let's hear what's happening.
Well, Geminis, your stress-busting move, you take it out with every friend in your contact list until you absolutely just forget what you were even stressed about. So call your friends today, Jennifer. Go talk to someone, a stranger, whatever. Just get it out there.
I absolutely will. I have an important one, and I texted her last night, so you were right.
Yes, good.
You have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Bye, Jennifer. Hello, Greg. What's your sign, Greg? Greg. Greg.
Knew that was coming.
All right, forget it. Bye, Greg.
I just
Greg.
talked to him. Well, Greg is
He's
a
shy.
Capricorn, so I'm going to tell my Capricorns what's going on. Capricorns, you guys... Oh, Greg.
Greg!
This is Greg or Greg? Where are we at?
What's your name?
Dre, DRE.
Oh,
Dre.
Dre. Sorry about that,
Hold on.
dude.
Not Greg.
My bad.
Dre.
He's like, I am not answering to Greg.
You know,
I'll tell you that
Who's
right
Greg?
No, because I actually answered Dre's phone call and he said Dre and I was like, Dre, like D-E-R-E, and he was like, Greg. And I was like, Greg? Okay, here we go.
now. Are you losing your hearing too, Payton?
Yes, I think so. And I think it's contagious, so I'm blaming you guys. Capricorns, you guys tackle stress by powering through your to-do list like it's just a personal challenge. Stress, it's more like a fuel for your hustle.
All right, thanks, guys.
You're welcome,
Dre.
I'll
Dre.
take Greg for the day.
Thanks, brother. I got a text that says, John J. and Rich, I'm convinced I'm the only Aquarius that your radio show, this party radio show every morning, you skip over my sign. Can you do Aquarius? Sure. Payton, what do you got for Aquarius?
Well, Aquarius, you guys handle stress by diving into a new project or a conspiracy theory. You're too busy saving the world to be stressed about anything.
Okay. Keisha.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Ooh, just like me. Okay, Leos, we handle stress by putting on our best outfit and throwing a mini dance party. So who needs stress when you've got all types of dance moves? So that's what I'm going to do after this phone call. I'm going to have a mini dance party because I need it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm like, I should have had a car concert this morning. I just wrote it in silence.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta shake
I'll
it
do
up.
a dance party with you.
Thanks, Kyle.
That sounds fun.
That's why you're my fave.
What do you got for Libra?
Kyle, my Libra, your go-to for stress is hosting a party where you just sip and complain about everything. You're going to solve all your problems over a glass of wine with your girlfriends.
I feel like the throwing of the party would be the stressful part.
Okay, maybe just like a little kickback, a little get-together happy hour. How
I
about
do
that?
think a good vent session with my girlfriends has always been like, it's always breathed life into me. So I could see
Always,
that.
Totally.
How about Virgo?
Virgos, your stress remedy is organizing your entire life into spreadsheets. Stress for a Virgo means you're meeting your new OCD overlord. That's you. That's
You
how you
are
handle it.
OCD. I don't know if, do you do spreadsheets?
You need to start doing spreadsheets, John Jay, and maybe you'll be less stressed.
I write things down on my notes, but I don't know if it's a spreadsheet.
It
All
is
you
not.
need to do is just title it spreadsheet, and then I think you're good to
Yeah,
go.
it's your own version of a
Exactly. We modify things around here.
How about Pisces?
Pisces, you float through stress by just daydreaming in your own personal bubble bath. Take a bubble bath today, Rich. Stress, you need to meet Rich's imaginary world, okay? Think of sunshine and rainbows and you'll be fine.
All right, if we didn't get your sign there, I'll post it on our website. And we're doing something pretty cool. As soon as the show is over, the whole show's been videoed and it's posted on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, the entire show. So like right now, you can go to our John J. and Rich YouTube channel and watch past shows of us all in the studio doing stuff. It's pretty cool. So, in fact, we encourage you to follow our YouTube page. So go to YouTube, search John J. and Rich YouTube channel and subscribe, like and subscribe. Anyway, just search John J. and Rich. Time for Stacks and Hacks. That's right, I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. Pizza Hut unveiled a new pizza box. It's also a table. It's for people who move in a new place. They haven't set the furniture up yet. They're offering it at a handful of locations. So that's a great idea.
I love that.
Genius.
A guy in Colorado is lucky to be alive after his coworkers left him behind on a 14,000-foot mountain they climbed as part of a team-building exercise. He was lost in high winds and freezing rain for 24 hours. What kind of team building is that?
No, you guys would be so mad if that was our
So
Schwanda.
mad. Dairy Queen is bringing back the popular pumpkin pie blizzard. Chipotle is testing a new protein, Chipotle honey chicken.
That sounds good.
A lot of Gen Zers, Payton's the Gen Zer on the show, and Jenna. A lot of Gen Zers apparently suck at typing on a keyboard, prefer writing long-term papers on their phones and iPads.
That's very true.
Yeah, I see Payton marvel when like Kyle types fast.
Oh, I do too.
I don't get it. I can text super fast, but I can't type very well.
Well, and now it's like if you do it on your phone, you can just talk to text. You don't even have to
Totally.
type.
I feel like that's the best class I ever took in high school was typing because that's the thing you use. You know, more than algebra.
I took that class too, and I'm on Payton with Payton. I do it on the phone. I gave my laptop away. I did, for real, I did. Most teachers at schools with phone bans say it's made things better. Shocking. Someone broke into an animal shelter in England. They didn't steal anything. They just let all the cats out. Who let the cats out? A Prius driving porch pirate in California keeps stealing the weirdest stuff like lawn chairs and potted plants. And they've got video of this happening. And
So she came up to my driveway in the middle of the day twice to steal these chairs. So I check my cameras and I see brazen in the middle of the day, a white woman pull up in front of my house in a blue Prius, get out, walk up to my driveway and snag the chairs and then scurry back to her car. And she did it twice.
a woman on vacation in Spain. You guys see this yesterday? I saw this everywhere yesterday. She's on vacation in Spain, and she caught a hotel worker stealing her underwear and sniffing it.
Ew.
On video. The video.
That's so disturbing.
He's sniffing them. Oh, he's actually taking my knickers. He's sniffing them.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's put them in his pocket.
That's terrible.
It's so weird.
What a violation.
I
I
know.
hope he is prosecuted because that is not okay.
A surgeon in Austria is in trouble for letting his 13-year-old daughter assist with surgery and drill into a guy's skull.
Oh, what the hell?
What?
Are you a wise person? Are you a wise person? My immediate answer is no, I am not. But there are two ways to tell if you're a wise person. You have to have reflective orientation and socio-emotional awareness. Reflective orientation means you're able to think logically, control your emotions, reflect on things, and apply knowledge in a useful way. Socio-emotional awareness means you care about other people's feelings, have good intentions, and you're mindful of how you interact in social settings. You could be wise at 80 or at 8. It doesn't matter. Now, what type of friend are you? They broke it down to 4 types of friends. Type A, B, C, and D. Type A friend. You're the overly responsible one. You plan and organize everything. You have a sense of urgency, and you make sure things like vacations don't fall apart. Type B friend. You give someone the shirt off your back, but you need help too. You're forgetful, you leave stuff behind, and your phone is always dead. Type C friend. You're organized like type A, but more neurotic, more likely to bow out of things other people want to do, and you love long naps. Type D friend. You're annoyed a lot, prone to confrontation, have a twisted sense of humor, and you might be into weird stuff like crystals and astrology. If you fall into one of those, God bless you.
I think I'm like a B and C mix.
So this is really crazy. It's the 10 riskiest plastic surgeries you could have.
BBL.
Yeah.
BBL, Drizzy. No, BBL is number 3.
What?
Brazilian
I thought
butt
that
lift.
was the worst one.
38% of Brazilian butt lifts have complications. And it's ranked pretty high because the complications are very serious. What else? Take a look.
That nose job.
I was going to say nose job because it's close to your brain.
Nose job, nose job, nose job. Nope.
I would say like a mommy makeover.
Mommy makeover is like a lot of stuff. So number 10 is a breast lift. Number 9 is an arm lift. Number 8 is breast augmentation. Number 7 are butt implants. 6, breast reduction. Number 5 is injectable fillers. 65% complications ranging from asymmetry to allergic reactions. It's the cheapest one on the list, but number 4 is a body lift. That's multiple procedures designed to revamp your whole body, probably the mommy makeover.
Sounds like it.
And that costs about $15,000. Brazilian butt lift, number 3. A thigh lift is number 2. And the number 1 riskiest plastic surgery, which I've never seen anyone I don't know anyone that's done it. I don't think I wouldn't know. Have your eye color changed. It costs $12,000. 92% of patients have complications like going blind.
What
That's
Would you do a surgery that has
92?
No, I've
No
actually seen a
way.
lot of that, like on social media, like people who have brown eyes who want blue eyes, and
Just
you
color
can
contacts.
change
That's
the
what I was
color
gonna
of
say,
your
Rich.
actual iris.
I would not do a surgery that had 92% chance of complications.
I
My
probably wouldn't
God.
either.
Takers, yeah.
What do you have for life hacks, Rich?
All right, so the fastest hack to making your space irresistible to anybody who enters, so like your apartment or your house, let's say you have a date come over or you just want to sell it, whatever it is, what's the fastest way to get it? It's the scent of your house, and it's really easy. Boil some water in a pan, throw in some vanilla extract and cinnamon sticks. Let it boil, and your whole house or apartment will smell like a bakery. You want to sell your house? Do that. That's going to make it. People are going to think it smells like home, and it is proven to work. Like if you're trying to sell your place. That hack and many more can be found at johnjaneRich.com.
John St. Rich. Let's talk about the number one most dangerous plastic surgery to have is changing your eye color. And I got a text that says T.I.'s wife and daughter did the eye color change.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
And then I got a DM on Instagram saying, did you get my text about T.I.'s daughter and wife changing their eye color?
Really following up.
Yeah. Kyle, it says on the text line, set a weekly alarm in your phone for Saturday to order groceries.
That's a good idea. That's like a no-brainer. Like, I feel dumb that I haven't thought of that, actually.
John J. Rich, listening to you talk about Dutch's diet reminded me of a high school friend who only ate donuts and Coke for a month to see if he would gain weight. He didn't gain anything and lost weight. What was that show that you were talking about that's in Flagstaff and Gallup? And what's it on? I'm born and raised in Flagstaff. It's called Dark Winds, and it's on Netflix. It's a top 10 show. Our text line, you text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. I saw this story going viral, and it reminded me of something Kyle said she was going to go do last week. You're like the opposite of this mom. Listen to this mom. There's a mom in Tennessee. She's going viral because she doesn't want to volunteer in her kids' schools, no matter what.
I don't know about anyone else out there, but Meet the Teacher is super stressful. I do not want to be involved at all. I will make sure my kids do their homework, get to school on time. I don't want to be on PTO, PTA, room mom, team mom. I don't want to do any of that. And I start getting real stressed when they start asking for volunteers. I know they're judging me because I'm not raising my hand, but I don't want to come in. I don't want to set up. If the room mom needs money, fine. I'll Venmo money right over. But I successfully avoided all of that today. I even told one of the coaches that I am a Venmo mom.
Good for her.
Right? It's the opposite of Kyle.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the opposite. I'm room mom for both my kids' classes, and I just signed up to be a volunteer art teacher. So every Friday, I will be teaching Addie's 4th grade art class with a fellow parent.
Well,
we get to tag team. And actually last Friday was our first day of teaching. And it was funny because Thursday night, Addie came in and she was very concerned. She's like, Mom, what are you wearing tomorrow? And I was like, when have you ever worried about what I'm wearing? I was like, I don't know, whatever I wear to work that day. And she goes, would you like me to wear something specific? And she's like, yeah, let's do something colorful. And I was like, okay. So I picked up one of my most colorful little sweaters. And she goes, no. Okay, I'll put that back. I picked out a different shirt and she goes, mm-mm. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you just pick it out then. So she picked out my shirt and then she laid out my pants. She wanted me to wear specific shoes. And I told her that, I don't want to be embarrassing to you, but I also want to make this class really fun for the kids. So, me and the other mom were kind of talking, and, sometimes we may come in costumes. And she was like, please don't do that. And she almost started tearing up, it was going to be so embarrassing for her. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do that. However, on Friday, my team fellow art teacher mom did dress up as Bob Ross as we entered the room.
Did they get it?
Wig and everything.
That's just for you guys because I don't think the kids
wig.
get it.
Her son was like, it's Bob Ross, you guys.
Because he probably heard mom. He heard his mom explain who she was over and over again.
That is so funny.
And so I thought, okay, well, I got to do something really that the kids will really enjoy. And so I brought donut holes. And the kids loved it.
That's
a
strong
now,
move.
I feel like I've got to bring snacks every class.
Totally. Yeah, you set yourself up for failure right there.
You bring up the clothing thing. Something happened yesterday where there's a couple crazy moments in my day yesterday with my house. But my son Dutch, he's the senior class president, and he had a bunch of people over from Stugo or something like that to go do something. I have this routine. As much as I have a routine in the morning, I have an afternoon routine too, where I will sauna for 20 minutes. Then I walk through the house, I jump in the swimming pool, and then I go in the hot tub cold plunge, right? I do that all the time. So he tells me, he goes, hey, I got people coming over in 20 minutes. I go, 20 minutes? I go, I'm about to get in the sauna and do my thing. And you better be ready to tell your friends. They're going to see me I mean, I'm usually in the sauna in my underwear.
What's up, shirt off?
Well, I did everything really fast, and only one friend was there by the time I got done. And because I had left all my clothes, I get undressed in the kitchen, and then I just go into the sauna.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I left my clothes in the kitchen. I was like, crap, I don't want to put on a clean shirt. So I threw on these sweats. I have these gray sweats that are cut off. They're not cut off. They're just long gray sweats, but they're cut off at the knee. And I'm walking down, and there's only one friend there, Gavin. And Dutch looks at me and goes, whoa, what's with the long shorts? That's all he says to me. And I'm like explaining to my kid, well, I left my clothes down here. I was trying to hurry up.
You know how I like to take my clothes off in the kitchen.
Everybody was coming over, and I just didn't want it. And I'm like, look at it. And then he just went back to his phone. He didn't listen to me.
Okay,
that's so funny. I don't know. Like, you guys have met my mom and dad before, and I can totally relate to this, but this is like how me as a 26-year-old, my brother's 24, my sister's 30, this is how my mom and dad go out in public together.
What would you call it? They're wearing the same
Electric
exact...
They're matching shirts, like geographic colors, hearts. It's blue and green and yellow and asymmetrical.
Oh, they're in love.
This is how they walk around. So, quite honestly, Kyle, I'm sure I would have loved the Bob Ross thing and John Jay, the long short. Like, what is wrong with parents out here?
Dude, yesterday, speaking of chaos, get this. So I'm trying to eat right. I'm trying to lose 10 pounds. There's this 10 pounds that I'm having. So I know I have to tweak certain things. So I'm doing the fast. I come home yesterday. I had this dog, Charlie, right? He's a golden retriever. He loves to swim. And when he swims, he doesn't shake off outside. He likes to come inside and do it in the living room. And he likes to roll around the floor. And it's soaking wet. So I was cooking a couple hamburgers on the grill. And as I'm doing that, Charlie jumps in the pool. I'm like, no! And so I close the door, and I got to somehow get a towel, right? But I don't want him to come in. So I'm like, and he's been trained. We sent him to a trainer, which doesn't work. So he only listens to Blake. So I'm like, Charlie, sit, place, sit, just sit. And then the mailman comes to my door, and he's got a bunch of mail. And I'm like, he's the nicest guy. And I want to be like, why don't you leave the mail in the mailbox? Because now if I go open the door to the mailman, like, they're going to come busting in. The dog's going to come busting in. Meanwhile, my burgers are cooking. So I'm like standing in the middle between the doors, my arms out. Charlie, stay. Mailman. He knocks on the door. All the other dogs go to that door. So I got to go out another door to make sure that so I have to make a decision real quick to sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice the floor. So I go outside the mailman. I put him on my Instagram because he found one of our dogs one time, and he goes, "Hey, I just want to say thank you. You made me famous. Everyone in my office is talking about it." I go, "Oh, that's very cool, man. Thank you very much." He gives me my mail. Then there's Charlie. The whole floor is wet. I go in and try to dry off the floor with a towel, and then I realize, oh my God, my burgers! And I run out of the backyard, and there's like the smoke.
Oh, no.
But I saved them. They were just a little crispy.
You can live with that.
But it was okay. You know, and then Blake comes home.
Is that like your nightly meal now? Is just burger patties?
No, that was lunch. That was my lunch.
Oh.
Last night I had salmon patties.
All patties.
So sophisticated.
Well, my wife made them. When the Los Angeles Lakers drafted Bronny James, I said, you guys remember this? I said, what's he going to call his dad when he's on the court? Mm-hmm. All right?
Yep.
Like, do you call him dad? Because my son Dutch, every time we play ball 2-on-2, we have this whole family tradition. He's always dad. And now it's come up.
He's answered that question, and he was actually asked that question in an interview, like, hey, can Bronny just say dad?
No, he can't. We already laid that down. Cannot call me dad in the workplace. All right. Once we leave out of the private facility and the gates close, I could be dad again. In the car, if we ride together. At home, I could be dad. No, he got to call me like 2-3 or Brian, GOAT if he wants to. That's up to him. We cannot be running down the court. And they'd be like, Dad, push the ball up, Dad, come on. No, you cannot do that.
That's funny.
So there you go. I think that'd be kind of cool to see you be like, Dad.
Mm-hmm. It's got to slip eventually. It's got to slip.
And he said that too. He was like, it's easy for me because I don't call him hey son. I call him Bronny. And so, but it's going to be more of a challenge for Bronny because he's always called him dad.
Totally. Like, there's definitely going to be a slip up. They're going to be in the game. Bronny's going to be open in the corner, and he's going to say dad. He's going to knock down that corner three, and then it's going to go viral.
Nice shot, Dad.
Happen.
What are the rumors with Jenna Ortega?
Okay, so there was a rumor that she was dating Johnny Depp at one point. And in a recent interview, she was asked what the craziest rumor about her was. And she's like, you know what? That's got to be it because it was just so outlandish.
Probably that I was in a serious relationship with Johnny Depp, and I wanted everybody to leave us alone. I never said anything like that. Articles really do just make up their own quotes. I was on set with Richard E. Grant, and he came up to me and he just said, "Oh, so you and Johnny?" And I laughed because I don't know that person.
I don't know that person.
You could see it.
It's pretty wild.
Because didn't he date Winona Ryder, and she kind of favors like a younger version of that?
Yeah, but also like Johnny Depp. She's like 20 and he's like 60.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp is an old man, and
Well, that's true.
gross.
So
Absolutely gross.
And it's not like we've ever. It's like if you said that Leonardo DiCaprio at 60 was dating a 20-year-old, you'd be like, yeah, probably that's Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's not really Johnny Depp's style either.
Peyton, why do you feel bad for Jules LeBron?
Well, I feel bad for her. So Jules LeBron is the TikTok creator influencer that came up with very demure, very mindful, very cutesy. And apparently she went to go trademark her phrase and someone beat her to it.
Oh,
and I feel,
no.
I feel so bad for her. Yeah. So she came online and was just very upset, crying tears. But apparently the most recent update as of this morning, it's getting handled.
I saw this video yesterday trending online. It was all over social media, and it was the actor. And what's funny is I know who he is now, but I was like, he made the video, and he's trying to sell his truck. And I was like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? And I go, he was the Lone Ranger. He was in the movie with Johnny Depp. And I'm like, who is that? And then it was like, oh, it's that Army Hammer guy.
Yep.
Right? Because why is he selling his truck?
Okay, he went on and on in this post about how much he loves his truck, and his truck's been with him all these camping trips, all these road trips, through good times, through bad times. His truck's been there with him, but he said he's selling it.
I'm selling my truck. Since being back in LA, I have put about $400 or $500 worth of gas in it, and I can't afford it. I can't afford the gas anymore.
Too pricey, and Army Hammer hasn't had a lot of work since the whole cannibalism thing, so he probably is right. He probably can't afford it.
And do you think this Selena Gomez story, I feel like they're trying to push this story on us because I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again, right? I feel like it's a marketing thing.
You think so? You don't think she's engaged?
Just because I've heard it so much, right? Different versions of it.
Well, you've heard different versions of it because fans swear that Selena Gomez has had three different hints that if you're paying attention, you'd probably know she's secretly engaged to Benny Blanco. So the first one, I think, was like she posted a selfie on social media and she was holding her phone. And before she posted it, she placed heart emojis over her hand. And everyone's like, is she hiding her engagement ring because she's not ready to tell anyone yet? Then there was a blind item on one celebrity blogging website that said this A-list actress / retired singer was recently engaged to her boyfriend, her musician boyfriend. And everyone's like, bingo, well, that's got to be Selena Gomez, right? And then the third one was, what was the third one? Was basically that she followed a wedding planner.
Oh, that's right.
On TikTok and Instagram. And everyone's like, why would she follow a wedding planner if she wasn't thinking of maybe like planning her own wedding? So, I mean, like I said, and we talked about this, I think, when she started following that person. And I'm like, that's great for her. And let her just reveal, that's big news. If she wants to keep it in for a while and just enjoy that moment privately, then let her. But yeah, I mean, it could also be a PR thing. Like fans just want her to be happy to be engaged. So maybe they'll just drop these clues.
Did you guys see that?
Bieber had a kid. I better tell people I'm engaged.
Right. Trying to one up because, I mean, we know that drama. But apparently she kind of debunked the rumor. I guess she was on a red carpet and no ring in sight. Nowhere to be
She's not ready to show it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I know. We'll see. Only time will tell. If they are, great for them. If they're not and they're planning on the future, great for them.
John, Jane, Rich, text us. Text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. Here's a text, a 602 number. Hey, guys, I just finished watching Love is Blind UK, and I'm ready to watch something else. I want to watch the identity theft documentary you guys were all talking about, but I can't for the life of me remember the name of it. Please help. What's the name of it? P.S. I love you guys. Even Payton, who I have on and off again beef with anytime she talks about my girl Selena. Hashtag Selena forever.
I don't know about that, babe.
I don't think there was a documentary we were talking about. I think I was saying watch the show Beekeeper, the movie Beekeeper. For the first 5 minutes is unbelievable how they steal this woman's identity. And Kyle, you have yet to watch it.
I have yet to watch it.
And have you got your husband's identity back?
Well, we're still working on it. We actually were just on the phone with Chase yesterday, discovering that whoever hacked his life had gone into his Chase account and hidden the secret credit card that they had opened in his name.
That's terrible.
So when he would log into his Chase account, you couldn't see it because he didn't know it was hidden.
Dang.
I know. It just goes
Next
on and
level
on. So we're still
thievery.
working on it. Yeah.
Man, all right, now Peyton, what's your situation with cash?
Well, so last night, Kadeem and I, we went to the OG Olive Garden for dinner, and I was paying in cash. So I've never served. I've never, been a server. I don't really know what the server etiquette is. But our total bill was about $30. So I give her the $50 in cash, right? I like to think I'm a pretty good tipper. But as she was leaving after I handed her the $50 bill after the $30 or $50 bill for the tab or whatever, she was like, do you want change? And then in my head, I'm like, I can't say, yes, I want change because I feel like that's rude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but then again, I also just tipped a girl $20 on a $30 tab. And I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know what the tipping etiquette is over here.
I think you could just say yeah.
But I felt so awkward. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the way she looked at me, she's like, do you need cash? And I'm like, or do you need change? I'm like, no.
Every time I'm in a situation like that, usually with my barber, like with my barber, they charge like $30 for a haircut or something like that. And if I have a situation like if I have 320s, I'll usually go. I hand it to him and they'll be like, "You need change?" I usually make up a story like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go buy a greeting card after this. I gotta go." I make up some excuse that I need $5 of the 10.
Right.
Instead of saying yes, please.
Instead of saying, I feel like I owe them a response.
Right. The stress, and I just feel like a $20 tip on a $30 bill is a little.
It
is.
That's a huge
20% is $6.
That's almost $100. That's almost 100%
That's
tip
what I'm
there.
saying.
You made it so complicated. So ask me if I need change.
Do you need change?
Yes.
Hey, yes, please.
You don't have.
You shouldn't feel awkward, Payton. I waited
No.
tables
So
for a
awkward.
very long time. Like many years, I was a server, and they're not going to take it in a bad way. Like,
You don't
yeah,
think
okay,
so?
I'll get you changed. No
Because
problem.
I gave her the 50, and then she was like, okay, have a good day, and then walked away, and then came back and was like, do you need change?
I think
I'm like,
I think
no.
part of
She
it
probably
might be.
realized it was so much.
I bet you if they look at the stats of when people say, "Do you want change?" The person thinks like you, lets them keep the change, and they probably get bigger tips. There's probably oh yeah, if you ask that question, you get more tips. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it probably works for them to do that that way.
it worked yesterday.
Right. But if you say, yeah, I need my change. But here's the problem is when you go to a place like, there's a restaurant that I go to a lot. I really, really like. I haven't talked about them. I don't post any pictures. But I go to this restaurant and I get so pissed. I stand up there. I order my food.
It's a fast casual place.
And then they make me tip. And then I got to go pick up my food. And then I got to put my dishes away. Like I want to yell at them, but the food is so good. So I've never talked about them on the air. But it's so frustrating. Right. Like I want to cats out of the bag, man, and tell everyone it's a problem. Because it's a problem. Isn't that lame?
Especially when they turn it around.
Huh?
What am I tipping for?
Right. What am I tipping for? And then the balls to turn the thing around and only have 18, 20, 25%.
That bothers me a lot.
What did you do?
And then they hide the little custom tip down in the corner, so
And
you
then
don't
you hit
really have to
custom.
press it.
Like for me, I would have normally not tipped, or I would have gone. Now because I'm doing it on the computer, it's like I'll delete it and be like custom, $1, and then I look at them, and I see them look at me, and I'm like, oh great, I just got judged. Not and I want to be like, hey, you didn't do anything. I want to,
but don't do that.
But I haven't.
Yeah.
I know, because I'll tip you after I get my food, but I never do that.
After I go get my greeting card, throw that in there.
So we're gonna do the movies of Adam Sandler today.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna play.
He just dropped the comedy special.
Yeah,
like it's very topical. It's very good.
Yeah.
You're right.
Listen, man, I'm on my game once a week. So I'm gonna play a clip from an Adam Sandler movie, including my favorite Adam Sandler movie, Billy Madison. That might come up. And if you can guess what that Adam Sandler movie is, you get a point. That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to start with John Jay. Pretty, please, kill me!
I think it's The Wedding Singer.
The Wedding Singer is correct.
Yeah.
1 point for John Jay. I have it right and wrong up there too, Rich. You! Okay, so John Jay has 1 point. And we will move on to Rich now.
You want to win by 1 point or 30 points, KG?
Oh, at first I was thinking that was the golf movie. Oh, that's Hustle.
Hustle? Incorrect.
John
Do we
Jay.
have any?
That's what I
Price
had.
is wrong, bitch.
It's
Jay?
it's the Gemstones one. Oh, that's with
Payton.
Kevin Garnett.
Payton.
Oh my God,
Payton.
Righteous Gemstones.
Right,
That's not it.
Gemstones. Not correct. You
The
can only
price
steal
is wrong,
once.
bitch.
Peyton, just for fun.
Is it Hidden Gemstones with Jennifer Aniston?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what it was called.
Is that a movie?
I thought that's what it was called. That's one. That's Adam Sandler and
This is
Jennifer
the
Aniston,
serious
I thought.
one, critically acclaimed. Everyone loved it.
You're looking for Uncut Gems.
Uncut
Gems.
That one.
Uncut Gems.
No points for Rich in this round. John Jay has 1 point. Peyton.
I don't have an internet, so I'm not up on my latest abbreviations. Illuminate me.
Jack and Jill?
Jack and Jill is incorrect.
Dang it.
John Jay.
John Jay.
Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween.
That's a great movie.
Heard of that movie.
It's so
It's
funny.
such a good movie.
So funny. Peyton, goose egg this round. John Jay did steal their points, so he has 2 thus far. Kyle.
You got a Happy Meal? Can we get a Happy Meal?
Well, somebody get a Happy Meal!
Is that Billy Madison?
Peyton.
Rich.
Not Billy
I beat him to
Madison.
it.
Peyton did
Oh, I
Big
know it.
Daddy.
Yeah.
get Big Daddy.
Yes.
Good job,
Good
Peyton.
movie.
The Sprouse twins.
Yeah, they were both in it. Desiree, it is your turn.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Desiree, 1 point. All right. After one round, John Jay has 2 points. Peyton, 1 point. Desiree, 1 point. Again, I must stress, my favorite Adam Sandler movie is Billy Madison in this round. John Jay.
I drew the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck before, and to be honest with you, I wanted to see a blue duck.
Billy Madison?
Billy Madison. John Jay, 3 points. Commanding lead in this game. Rich.
It's too damn hot for a penguin to be just walking around here.
Waterboy.
Kyle.
Waterboy's incorrect. Kyle.
That's Billy Madison
We were
as well.
looking for Billy Madison. Okay, Rich goose egg in this game. One of those rare occasions. Peyton.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
It's the one with, when he's playing football and he goes to see his mom. Is that Billy Madison?
Kyle.
We were looking for
Waterboy.
But I was right.
He was laying the groundwork for you.
Yeah.
He was laying the groundwork. I saw that coming a mile away.
I was just trying so hard.
If Rich would have got it right, it would have probably
It's
she would have fell for it.
very close voice.
The good news is, guys, is the next 2 clues are pretty easy. Kyle.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair.
Conditioner is better. It's Billy Madison
Billy
again.
Madison again. Kyle running away with the game unless you can get this right.
You ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
Let me guess. Billy Madison.
Billy
Hey. Well, we set you up. You're going to go see Megan Trainor. Hold on the line, Desiree. You're an awesome
Yay,
contestant.
thank you.
You got it. Hold on the line. Nice job, Nick. That was fun.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Real quick, I want to read a couple text messages on the text exchange. So you just text us. You text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. This is a 520 number. So happy to hear you guys play Panic at the Disco. Absolutely love Brandon Urie.
Huh.
Presley's so sweet. I get what she means. I literally listened to you guys since the beginning of your careers. Wow, that's nice. John J. and Rich, I asked my husband about watching a new show on one of the streaming platforms. He will say, what did John J. and Rich say about it? You guys are our end all. That's nice.
Whoa.
I know. What's this mean? John J. and Rich, I want to serve Peyton. What does that mean?
I think maybe to actually serve me as
okay.
Why?
Like
Because you
a
want
server.
my 100% tip.
Oh, yeah, because you're a tip.
Or dance contest.
I might win in a breakdance
Let's go.
contest.
You got served.